You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
MarQuel Mederos takes on Austin Hubbard this Saturday at UFC Fight Night Mexico City. This is going to be an interesting fight between these guys. Austin Hubbard, tons of high-level experience in and out of the UFC. Was in the UFC back in like 2018, 2019. Was let go and recently came back via the Ultimate Fighter series where he lost to Kurt Hollabaugh in the finals. Very different path for MarQuel Mederos. A lot of success in his young career. He's 9-1, only one loss back early in his career on the regional scene. Since then, been on a 7-fight winning streak, including a Dana White's Contender Series knockout over Isa Isakov, and then coming off of a win over Landon Keen, known as by decision, in February of last year. So a little over a year since he's been in the octagon, whereas Austin Hubbard coming off of a split decision loss that he arguably won against Alexander Hernandez in October. So very recent fight for Austin Hubbard and quick turnaround. And a fight that he arguably won against a pretty good opponent, Alex Hernandez. I'm gonna have to go with Austin Hubbard in this one. I just feel like he's super gritty, very well-rounded, very tough, a lot of high-level experience, only losing to really good guys. He just has so much more experience than MarQuel Mederos. And MarQuel Mederos, very good young prospect coming up, 9-1, training out of Factory X since he was like 18, 19 years old. So almost a decade of training at a really good gym. Decent stand-up, decent grappling. There's just nothing that I think like he does extremely well. And I just feel like there's nothing that he's going to be doing better than Austin Hubbard. Austin Hubbard's just, he's very gritty, very good on the feet, very tough, really good wrestling. We saw that in his fight with Alexander Hernandez. Was getting takedowns with Kurt Hollabaugh. Really only losing to really good fighters. Vince Pichel, Joe Selecki, Mark Madsen made Max Roskopf quit back in the day, which was kind of a viral moment where he was in his corner and just didn't want to go on. So Austin Thud Hubbard, dude's got great kicks, hits really hard, tough as nails, resilient, like on his second stint in the UFC, going through the Ultimate Fighter series. Like, the guy wants it, and he's not old by any means, 33 years old, still in his prime. He's going to be 5'10", 71-inch reach versus MarQuel Mederos, who's 5'10" with a 69.5 reach. So he's going to have 1.5 reach advantage. He's going to have the experience advantage, the skill advantage. I think they're both jiu-jitsu purple belts, but I would say that Austin Hubbard is the better wrestler and just has the better IQ, honestly. MarQuel Mederos went to a very close decision with Landon Quinones, and I don't know how I feel about that, because Landon Quinones was on the Ultimate Fighter as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Didn't look the best. Was tapped out pretty quickly by Jason Knight. But he did have a very good performance against Nasrat Haqparast, who, has looked really good as of late with a win over Esteban Ribovic. And he's on, a 5-fight winning streak. So not really sold on the guy, but again, decent showing. They were going back and forth. He showed a lot of toughness in that one. But he was getting hit. And if he's getting hit by somebody landing Quinones, like, I know Austin Hubbard's going to be hitting him too. And I think he carries a lot more power and has a lot more finishing ability. So I'm going to go with Austin Hubbard in this one. I think he gets it done. I really do. He's only like 5 years older than MarQuel Mederos. So there's not this, huge age gap there. But there's a drastic experience gap when you look at Austin Hubbard and, the people that he's been fighting compared to MarQuel Mederos, who's been fighting, losing to a guy who's 4-2, now like 7-4, beating 5-5, beating a guy 8-5, 8-8. I don't know. I think Austin Hubbard at this point in his career is, more well-rounded and gets this one done. I don't know what the odds are. Austin Hubbard, he's a plus 160. I feel like that's a good dog. I could see MarQuel Mederos just edging him out on the feet, landing a little bit more, mixing in his takedowns, but I really don't. I will be surprised if that happens. I just think Austin Hubbard's too good. I think he's too crafty. He's a grizzled veteran, and I think he gets this one done. Thanks.